tweeted, quote, "It is my great honor to announce that General Michael T. Flynn has been granted a full pardon. Congratulations to General Flynn and his wonderful family. I know you will now have a truly fantastic Thanksgiving." Flynn had pled guilty in 2017 to lying in the FBI in the early stages of the Russia investigation, i.e. hoax. So, Geraldo, I believe that this is great news. I know you feel the same way because we know he was entrapped by a group of people out for a Trump scalp, and he was he was a victim of circumstances. That's me.
Well, I don't know about that. I don't know about the circumstances, but bravo, President Trump. You did exactly the right thing. General Flynn was a great soldier in Afghanistan and in Iraq. He became very political. I get that. I get that he rubbed some people the wrong way because he was a political activist. But this whole thing with Kislyak, the Russian ambassador, and those conversations he had, he knew Kislyak. They had been in Moscow. They had been in Washington, D.C. together. He's just chatting them up. Hey, be cool. We're cool. You're cool. And for the FBI to come to the White House and to entrap him, Greg, you're exactly right. It was entrapment. They went there to get him. It was a perjury trap. They asked him a question that they knew that he couldn't answer without embarrassing himself. And then they parlayed that. They said they wanted either to get him fired or get him arrested. And because of their greedy anti-Trump hatred, where the whole bureau was turned by Mueller into this revenge squad to get Trump, Flynn was just collateral damage, Greg.
Yeah. You know, Dana, and the other thing that was bothersome is this Judge Sullivan who refused, I guess, to grant a dismissal, even though pretty much everybody was on the same page.
Right. So what happened, as I understand it, judges are very reluctant to overturn things when you had somebody that pled guilty originally. Then he wanted to change his plea. But then you had the Justice Department say, we're cool with him changing his plea. So then the Judge Sullivan, he has just dragged this out for about 6 months. And I know that, I'm sure that Michael Flynn and his lawyer and his family would have preferred a dismissal because that means there's nothing on your record. There's nothing. Now, a full pardon means also that he has a full pardon. But I do think that a dismissal would have been better. But given that the judge wasn't granting that the pardon was given. And now that case is moot in front of the judge.
Moot. I love that word.
Great word.
It's a great word. I'll remind people, if anybody's upset about the Michael Flynn thing, remember who President Obama pardoned, an FALN terrorist who was responsible for something like 100 bombings. Will, this is the first time I've asked you a question in maybe 10 years. Back in the days of Red Eye, you have definitely cleaned up, I have to say.
Thank you.
Yes. What are your thoughts on any other pardons? You can talk about Flynn, but do you see other pardons coming up?
Well, we'll see about other pardons. Let me talk about Flynn, if I might. Adam Schiff has talked about the president's pardoning process being something akin to organized crime. What would organized crime look like? It would look like bringing all the levers of power onto a single individual, using extortion to break that person, both judicially, legislatively, and financially. And all of that is what happened to Michael Flynn. He's broke the Justice Department originally, the court system, his own lawyers, the FBI, all levered against this one single individual. To see this man receive a pardon is honestly an act of justice. Maybe, to Dana's point, he might have gotten dismissal, but this is the only guaranteed path to justice for Michael Flynn that he very much deserves at this moment.
So, Emily, I'm going to ask you a kind of a curveball question, so be prepared. I hope you are prepared. You are a lawyer. A question was asked in the Cavuto Hour whether Donald Trump should pardon himself. And the person who was answering the question, it might have been Karl Rove, said, no, that would make him look guilty. And I'm thinking to myself that the people that are saying they're going to go after Trump don't even have a crime to charge him.
Right.
So it's like he should pardon himself because they're going to go after him and then find the charge. So wouldn't you tell Trump, yeah, you should pardon yourself because these people are coming after you without even a crime?
Greg, I like your style. I think that's a really creative move for him in the form of messaging and PR. But legally, it's moot, to use one of your favorite words, because without a crime, without a conviction, there's nothing to pardon. So if I can as well speak to this, the story to me, you guys, it's not the Flynn pardon. It's the reason the pardon was necessary. And just taking it a step further from you talking about Judge Sullivan, you guys, he sat on an uncontested Department of Justice motion to dismiss for almost 7 months. Now, we know that the incoming administration has pledged not to use the DOJ to wield it like a weapon, but I hope that includes conducting an audit of the judiciary and holding responsible these kinds of errant judges that are clearly political activists. And you know me, I'm not usually a fearmongerer, but this to me was absolutely absurd, and he truly tried to circumnavigate the justice system. So I hope moving forward that at least we see some of these judges being held responsible.
Excellent. You know, Dana, I know he's going to pardon more people. I'm putting out the name of Lil' Kim.
What did Lil' Kim do?
She went to jail because she refused to snitch on her friends. I think she got a year for lying to who you ever lied to in court. Who's that person? The judge?
The judge.
Yeah, I'm pretty much a law-abiding person. But it happened at a shootout back in like 2001. So I think that Trump should do it before the Grammys, because she did win a Grammy for the Lady Marmalade remake.
I love that album.
Trump did this, then Lil' Kim can go to the Grammys and thank Donald Trump at the Grammys. I know you're watching.
Great idea,
It is a great idea. Pardon Lil' Kim. Okay, Joe Biden.
But don't pardon that one other person. Do not do it.
I know who you're saying. I know who you're saying.
Don't do it.
But wouldn't it just drive people crazy if he did pardon? Okay.
Lil' Kim?
Yeah, Lil' Kim.
I'm for pardoning Lil' Kim. Great.
Okay,
but do not pardon that other person.
All right, not Big Ed. Joe Biden.
Michael Grimm, the congressman from Staten Island.
Oh,
He's
there you go. That's not bad.
Deserves
That's not bad. All right.
And the press circles. That's the focus of tonight's angle.
Do you believe that any of this new information implicates former President Obama in criminal behavior?
We have referred and will continue to refer all of these documents to the Department of Justice and the FBI to investigate the criminal implications of this.
For even former President Obama?
Correct. The evidence that we have found and that we have released directly point to President Obama leading the manufacturing of this intelligence assessment. There are multiple pieces of evidence and intelligence that confirm that fact.
Her presentation was measured and methodical. And today, the Director of National Intelligence, Tulsi Gabbard, appearing in the White House briefing room, explained what led to this criminal referral regarding Obama's involvement in the Russia hoax.
DNI Clapper's assistant sent an email to the intelligence community with the subject line, POTUS tasking on Russia election meddling, tasking ODNI leaders to create a new assessment per the president's request. The House Intelligence Committee oversight report that we released today reveals that, quote, unlike routine intelligence community analysis, the intelligence community assessment was a high-profile product ordered by the president, President Obama.
And that, of course, begs the question, will anyone be held accountable? Now, recall Obama's reaction yesterday. He brushed off Trump's allegations of treason by claiming that everyone, including Marco Rubio, then on the Senate Intel Committee, believed Russia had tried to influence the election. Director Gabbard addressed this as well.
I'm not asking you to take my word for it. I'm asking you and the media to conduct honest journalism and the American people to see for yourself in the documents that we've released now, close to 200 pages, that point in multiple references, multiple examples, to include comments that have been made by senior intelligence professionals, who are some still working within these agencies today, that confirm the conclusions that we have drawn, that President Obama directed an intelligence community assessment to be created to further this contrived false narrative that ultimately led to a years-long coup to try to undermine President Trump's presidency.
So the point being, the alleged crime here was not saying that Russia wanted to influence the election. It was directing a new intel assessment based on the phony dossier in order to hobble the Trump presidency from day one. It went on for years, really, leaving many Americans in the 2020 election cycle to believe that Putin essentially put Trump in office. So if you're voting to re-elect Trump, you were voting for Putin. And that, basically Trump was just a Russian stooge. And Obama will, of course, dispute all of this. He's going to say he was just trying to get at the truth and that Trump and his supporters are trying to deflect from Epstein with a new conspiracy. And the press, of course, is already helping with that.
What would you say to people who believe that you're only releasing these documents now to improve your standing with the president after he said that your intelligence assessments were wrong?
The only people who are suggesting that the Director of National Intelligence would release evidence to try to boost her standing with the president are the people in this room who constantly try to sow distrust and chaos amongst the president's cabinet, and it is not working.
Of course, the press played its starring role in the 2016 and 2020 elections, most buying lock, stock, and barrel that Trump somehow colluded with Putin. And now they don't want to admit that they were wrong, that they didn't do their jobs. And by the way, they're still not doing their jobs. Today, we learned that during the campaign, DNI Gabbard says the Russian spy agency had information alleging that Hillary had huge mental health problems.
There were high-level DNC emails that detailed evidence of Hillary's, quote, psycho-emotional problems, uncontrolled fits of anger, aggression, and cheerfulness, and that then Secretary Clinton was allegedly on a daily regimen of heavy tranquilizers.
Well, we reached out to Hillary Clinton's office, and we have yet to hear back. Joining us now to discuss all of this, Senator Ted Cruz from the great state of Texas. Senator, are we going to actually see people held accountable here?
Look, I hope and pray that we do, and I hope that the Justice Department fully investigates this. What's critical that Tulsi Gabbard made public is not that people put out allegations that Putin wanted Trump to win. It's that they were lying and knew they were lying. That's what's explosive here, is that their repeated testimony to Congress was false. And you go through some of the facts that Tulsi put out. So, August 31st, 2016, a DHS official tells former DNI James Clapper that there was, quote, no indication of a Russian threat to directly manipulate the actual vote count. That's what they're saying in August of 2016. September 2nd, 2016, the FBI said it was, quote, uncomfortable, implying that there was definitive information that Russia intends to disrupt our elections. September 9th, the intelligence community concluded that, quote, Russia was probably not trying to influence the election by using cyber means. September 12th, same thing. December 7th, after the election, here was Clapper's talking points written, quote, foreign adversaries did not use cyber attacks on election infrastructure to alter the U.S. presidential election outcome. December 8th, Obama's presidential daily briefing, here's what it said, quote, we assess that Russian and criminal actors did not impact recent U.S. election results by conducting malicious cyber activities against election infrastructure. So all the way up to December 8th, over and over and over again, they say, no Russia, no Russia, no Russia. And then December 9th, there's a meeting with DNI Director Clapper, with National Security Advisor Susan Rice, with Secretary of State John Kerry, and with Deputy FBI Director McCabe, in which they reverse their positions altogether, and they all come out to say, Russia, 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 that's why Trump got elected. And I'll tell you, this December 9th meeting, FDR famously said December 7th is a date that will live in infamy. Well, December 9th should be a day that will live in infamy, because this is a moment when senior members of our government decided to lie to the American people and to sabotage President Donald Trump, who'd just been elected by the American people.
In a CNN interview back in 2018, former DNI Chief Clapper admitted something about Obama. Watch.
If it weren't for President Obama, we might not have done the intelligence community assessment that we did that set off a whole sequence of events which are still unfolding today, notably Special Counsel Mueller's investigation. President Obama is responsible for that, and it was he who tasked us to do that intelligence community assessment in the first place.
No, he wasn't admitting that it was all false, but he said it was Obama. This was after the entire intel community had, as you read, made their assessments, which are always changing. They're always, they're assessments. There never can be definitive conclusions. But the indication was Russia wasn't, according to even what Obama said yesterday. He's still lying.
And they suddenly erased everything they had been saying for months, and they reversed 180
Wasn't
degrees.
Obama's statement yesterday a lie when he said Russia was trying? It didn't indicate that in the intel assessments.
It didn't indicate that. But listen, Barack Obama is profoundly partisan. The people around him, they are hardcore radicals. John Brennan, who ran the CIA. Do you know who he voted for in 1976? He voted for Gus Hall. Gus Hall was the Communist Party nominee to be president because John Brennan said Jimmy Carter, who was running in 76, is not liberal enough for John Brennan. He wanted a communist. And by the way, he's admitted to this. He voted for the communist. He wanted a communist president of the United States. Well, fast forward to Barack Obama, and his wish came true. And understand, these partisans are so contemptuous of the American people. What was the Russia hoax about? It was about subverting democracy. They were mad at the voters that they elected Donald Trump.
They want to punish him.
It's the exact same sentiment that led to the lawfare last year of indicting Donald Trump 4 times. That ultimately was not about their hatred for Trump. It was about their contempt for the voters. They wanted to stop the American people from re-electing President Trump. And that contempt for the voters is manifestly through this willingness to lie to Congress and lie to the American people.
All day long, the predictable suspects were saying, well, this is just an attempt to deflect from Epstein. This is all old news, nothing new here, move right along. You just don't want to talk about the Epstein files. That's what they're saying.
Well, except for the fact that that's objectively wrong. There is a lot new here. Over and over and over again, the Obama intelligence community said Russia is not trying to influence this election, not trying to change the outcome, and by the way, is not trying to elect Donald Trump. That was their big narrative, is Putin wanted Trump. Well, what Tulsi Gabbard just told us is that Putin had dirt. We don't know if it's true or not, but had dirt that you just played about Hillary Clinton having serious emotional and mental problems and being on heavy tranquilizers. And Putin didn't release it. If he wanted Trump to win,
right, that doesn't
he
make any
presumably
sense.
would have released it. But yet, magically, facts that are inconvenient to the Democrats' political narrative, they disappear.
Member of the press today asked if, because of the Supreme Court's decision, John Roberts' decision in the immunity case, could Obama, it was basically implying that Obama has no vulnerability here in an investigation. Briefly describe why that's not accurate 100%.
Look, it is challenging. What the Supreme Court has said in the immunity cases, official decisions are protected by official immunity. So it's clear, for example, Barack Obama ordered a drone strike on Anwar al-Awlaki, an American citizen. He cannot be prosecuted for that because that was an official action. That's what the Supreme Court said. By the way, FDR could not be prosecuted for dropping atom bombs on Japan. Truman could not be prosecuted. There's a whole host of actions. Rather, Truman for dropping atom bombs, FDR for detaining Japanese citizens. Internment. The point is, official decisions of the president.
So is December 9th an official decision? That's a hard call.
Look, there would be an argument about it. I'll tell you.
He's not going to be prosecuted for treason.
But
that's not going to happen.
He's not going to be prosecuted in all likelihood for treason. But where the criminal liability will start is with members of the Obama administration who went under oath before Congress and lied, flat out lied. We know Jim Clapper has lied repeatedly, and that will be the beginning of the investigation. Also, fabricating evidence. That investigation needs to play out. This is a very important new trove of information Tulsi Gabbard has released.
Is Comey in trouble, in your view? He's a smart guy. He's not a dumb person, right?
Look,
so he, like Obama, they get kind of careful how they word certain things. And
it depends what he knew and when he knew it. Comey is someone who I think had delusions of grandeur. He wanted to be J. Edgar Hoover. It was a serious mistake that President Trump didn't fire him on January 20th, 2017. That was one of the most consequential mistakes of the first Trump administration. By the way, one he didn't repeat in this administration. Right. The second term, I will say President Trump has hit the ground running, very different from the first term. And I think he learned a lot of lessons in the first term and also in the 4 years being out of power. I will say this, Laura, we have never seen in your and my lifetime.
Never.
6 months with remotely as much accomplished as we've seen the Trump presidency and this Republican House and Senate do.
Never happened. Never happened. I worked for the Reagan administration. Yeah. It didn't happen in Reagan, not in my lifetime.
There is a volume and velocity. We had President Trump had the Republican senators over to the White House for dinner on Friday celebrating these victories.
Yeah.
It is incredible. There's a lot more to come.
All right. Senator Cruz, don't be a stranger. Great to see you in studio. Thanks so much.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click.
It's been a long time coming, but tonight, at this defining moment, change has come to America.
The details of what he's like sometimes don't live up to the image you've created.
In some ways, we haven't seen the real Obama. Is it the American dream? Is it Martin Luther King's dream? Or someone else's dream?
Americans did not know him, didn't want to know him, and he knew that too.
There's a lot about him we don't know because we haven't asked enough tough questions.
But they're questions you don't know. I don't know what Barack Obama's worldview is. I really don't know.
No, I
don't know how he really sees the whole global structure.
I, Barack Hussein Obama.
People voted for Obama on the basis of what they hoped he would do.
I voted for him. I donated. I thought he was the one.
Is this what President Obama means by paying our fair share? The world could be a pretty scary place in 2016.
The first three words of the Constitution need to come alive. We the people.
Here's a very interesting quotation from Cicero that applies, I think, very much to Barack Obama. A nation can survive its fools, and even the ambitious, but it cannot survive treason from within. An enemy at the gates is less formidable, for he is known and carries his banner openly. But the traitor moves amongst those within the gate freely, his sly whispers rustling through all the alleys, heard in the very halls of government itself. Of course, in this case, Obama is inside those very halls of government. For the traitor appears not a traitor. He speaks in accents familiar to his victims, and he wears their face and their arguments. He appeals to the baseness that lies deep in the hearts of all men. He rots the soul of a nation. He works secretly and unknown in the night to undermine the pillars of the city. He infects the body politic so it can no longer resist. A murderer is less to fear. I mean, isn't this a description of Obama and the way that this guy operates? Far more dangerous, I think, to our liberties and to our country than Putin or Xi or the Iranian mullahs or any foreign adversary, and for the exact reason that Cicero gives here. Now, there are some who say, and already I'm seeing this on the left, that Obama can't be prosecuted because he has immunity. And the Supreme Court has, in fact, decided that presidents have immunity for their official acts. And so I think it is quite reasonable that if it came to that, and by the way, all of this comes later, right? The arrest comes first, the charging documents come first, the grand jury comes first, and then Obama's defense, which, by the way, would take months. He'd have to file an objection. It would have to make its way to the Supreme Court. So we're talking about a lengthy process that, by the way, would cost Obama millions of dollars, all of which is, by the way, excellent reason to do it, even if he got immunity in the end, because all the immunity would show is not that he didn't do anything unlawful or even criminal. It would just show that he can't be punished for it. But is it really true that he can't be punished for it? Well, it depends what the it is. And by that I mean he maybe cannot be punished for that meeting in the White House. But what about the cover-up that ensues after he is president? See, this is, I think, where the legal opening comes for the DOJ to say, all right,
we are not prosecuting him for the orders that he gave at that meeting, because that would be presumably covered by presidential immunity, but we are going to prosecute him for an attempt to cover up a massive scheme to frame the leader of the opposition party and ruin his presidency and subvert democracy and violate his civil rights. And this is a crime not just against Trump, but against the American people themselves. So I am actually looking forward to the day, and I don't know if it'll ever come, to see not just Obama, but Brennan, Clapper, Comey. We need to have helicopters. We need a 5 a.m. FBI raid. We need long guns. We need to have these people dragged out into their front yards. We need handcuffs. We need all of that. So none of the decorum of please show up to get your mugshot taken. I'd like to see the FBI go all out on this.
No, no, no. No unidentified. No RFK loonies. No jolly green giants that are so dumb they're actually voting green. Listen up. If this little box doesn't say Democratic Party, toss it.
We will do whatever it takes to bring back honesty, confidence, and trust in our elections. To eliminate cheating, I will immediately demand voter ID same day.
This is exactly what we're fighting for, people. He only wants rich whites to vote.
Buying IDs are so expensive nowadays. I have ballots.
Baby got ballots.
Yeah.
Woo, yeah. Hey, listen up. Use these to train the newbies. Teach everyone how to fill out a ballot.
So start with the homeless?
Oh, no, honey. They're home free, not homeless.
Yes, go to the shelters. Every single person gets a ballot.
Dead or alive.
White, brown, black, rainbow. If they're schizophrenic, that's a ballot for each personality.
Good to know.
Oh, hey, don't forget we have that secret cabal meeting in 5.
The decline of America is being forced upon us by Biden and the radical left lunatics running our government right into the ground. This decline is not a fate.
Why is he not dead yet?
America safe.
He's like the damn Terminator.
We will make America glorious again.
Oh, Lord heaven. You know what? You ready to save democracy? Well, welcome, everybody. Glad to have you. Y'all remember Zach from 2020?
Let me guess why you want me on this call. Hey, Zach, we have you by the Section 230 short hairs, so boot anyone spreading politically inconvenient malinformation from your platform as you amplify the good word campaign messaging.
This guy is a billionaire.
Oh. And by the way, since Elon bought Twitter and isn't playing nice, double down.
Sounds about right.
I just have one question. How about a better candidate?
Preferably one who wasn't a featured extra on The Walking Dead.
I'm working on it.
How about another pandemic?
Guys, you saw the State of the Union address. Here we got our man out there, Biden, vitality, vigor, taking control.
Yes, congrats on getting Weekend at Biden's through a whole hour without him pissing his pants.
I pooped my pants.
The meds worked. No wonder there's an Adderall shortage. While you guys are hoping one day Biden forgets he's POTUS, this country thinks the FBI, DOJ, NIH, Fauci, the media lies to them and censors them.
Maybe because we lied to them and then censored them.
I'm sorry, who's that?
Nobody. It's just my assistant who's going to get me coffee.
Yes, massive.
Seriously?
And this Ministry of Disinformation isn't working either.
Sucks that Trump's proven right again. You got Russiagate, Obamagate, Ballotgate.
Did somebody slip a little red pill into your morning kombucha? You may dress like Tucker, but you're still a black man, so act like it.
Okay, well.
Well, they also...
Hello, everyone. Welcome to Dennis channel. Okay, this is just, the last one is just a way of make it is funny, okay? That's it. One of the actors huh? You see, Sianga. One of the actors is Sianga. Okay, we know him. He used to work in really act in Hollywood, but he cannot handle all those left woke stuff, so he quit. He's a very religious and he was very good guy. Basically, he is the first one I got the feeling and become a Republican, because I used to just go around on the different protests, different rally, and do filming. And a couple times I saw him, but we never introduced, we never say anything. But one day we got the chance and then introduced, and man, I feel so welcome. I never feel so welcome. I never feel so welcome, and as you can see, my Chinglish is really good, and we talk, and he tried to understand what I'm saying, and I explained to him what happened in Hong Kong and stuff like that. Oh, it's great, and we become friends. And we become friends, and then he tried to run for Congress, I think, and then of course in California, it's very difficult, and then later in different rally like anti leave our kid alone protests. So it's like a protest telling people, telling the lawmaker to separate the restroom, boys and girls, only two gender. So we are protesting. So it's the protest is called "Leave Our Kid Alone." So having the school do their own thing, academic, don't do anything. Work stuff in school. So we were protesting, and now and he was in California Republic vice chair, California Republic vice chair for one term, and then now he moved because he has a beautiful baby. Now he has a beautiful baby. He moved out of California. It's very difficult. It's very difficult to fight, and it's very difficult to win, and it's very difficult to live in California. So, well, he make a choice for his kid. I think it's reasonable. So, left us, left Dennis here to continue to fight. We have a lot of great people still, in my Facebook, David Gates, a lot of close friends. We met on rally, and we met on this kind of a protest, and we become good friends. So this is how it is, and on the Republican side. And thank you for all your subscribe, and thank you. I hope I can one day do all English. And it's very difficult, very stressful for me to do all English. And I will start speaking in Cantonese, and I hope I can show some video, so help people to understand about this Obama Gate. This Obama Gate been happened for a long time. So not many people really remember knowing what's really going on. And Dennis Del Souza is one of them. He made a film on 2012. He made a film on 2012 about the title is 2016 Obama America. And then he got attacked by Obama administration, and even got arrested, and a mess for him. So this is how since Obama, actually something maybe before then is even there's a political stuff, you know, but now we got more information thanks to our wonderful Tulsi Gabbard, and because of Tulsi able to bring out all those things, and also Kash Patel. Last 2 days I've been talking about already like onion start peeling little by little, and people still talking about Epstein file. Okay, come on, 4 years ago we are the one who been talking about Epstein file, and they did nothing. Okay, and now they want to talk about. That's why I call them leftards. And you don't have to be a leftard, because you just have to make sense, common sense. It's hard to hear myself talking. Kind of weird. But last 2 days I already like start peeling the onion, so the people will see what's really inside the Obama Gates. All those things, we know it before Tulsi Gabbard exposed. We've been seeing it all start from Tea Party Patriot. And not many people know about what's Tea Party Patriot. And then they will say they are some kind of propaganda. Because I supposed to have one more film. I supposed to have one more film about General Michael Flynn, but I forgot to post it. But so I don't want to take too much time to organize it. Actually, I did another one. Okay, yeah. Anyway, so at the beginning, the first film is about Michael Flynn. General Michael Flynn got pardoned, and you see how even Gerardo is more. He's not a Trump guy. He doesn't like Trump. But see, and Michael Flynn's case, he's okay. He knows the detail. He knows who's Michael Flynn. He's like all this. It's not so. If you have an open mind and you can see everything, then you will know Trump is the greatest president. Okay, so I will go back because I think your ears start hurting. I am sorry. Okay, I will try. And someone say, "Oh, what is a Chinese guy saying American party?" Because I'm American. Okay, and one of the nice thing about American, unless I'm running for office, I'm a regular citizen, and with my accent, I still can make friends, make real friends. See, people don't mind. So this is a great thing about America, and the American is not America like the propaganda, not the propaganda been saying, the left propaganda been saying. Republican are welcome immigrant, but the legal one. Okay, the illegal one, no. Even the legal immigrants doesn't like the illegal immigrant. Okay, it's very simple, because the illegal immigrants, they cut the line. When you go to a supermarket, are you okay for people to cut into you? Even people driving, people go crazy when even people cut in the lane, right? So it's just common sense. We want people to come in a legal way. And last 4 years, because the mess Biden did, and Kamala, they did nothing. They just try to corrupt money. So that's why Trump has to do right now kind of extreme way. I have to go through, because among all those illegal immigrants, all you need is 1% of bad guy. Those 1% of bad guy is enough to destroy our community. So that's what Trump is doing, what ICE is doing. Don't listen to the leftards or TDS, whatever. They have so many names. I created so many names. Some of them are Trump or some other people created. It's like Democrat or something like that, But thank you for your subscription. Thank you for like my video, and thank you for your comment. Even you don't like Trump, okay? Thank you for your comment. And now I will have to go back to Cantonese, okay? Hello， 大家好啊，歡迎嚟到天下知多啲。因為咧，即係我哋都好多講英文嘅人咧喺度支持緊我啦，叫做咁佢哋支持緊我，冇理由就過完咗就散咯咁樣，所以我點樣我都要留翻少少位回應下佢哋啲留言啦咁樣。咁好多謝大家繼續咧嚟支持我呢個新嘅台。我以前嘅台已經俾封咗2次咯。咁咧好希望你哋能夠可以幫我咧去傳達我呢個台咧俾你啲講廣東話嘅朋友。問題係因為本身我係想俾啲講廣東話嘅人知道好多歷史，好多入邊好多細節我哋個政治入邊好多細節。如果唔知道咧，好多新移民咧亦都。如果好多人唔知道咧，咁佢哋都唔知道奧巴馬基咩事，同埋奧巴馬基搞咗幾多人，製造咗幾多政治犯出嚟香港未有政治犯，美國已經有政治犯。OK， 頭先呢個爭啲又拉咗去坐監啊！好彩阿川贏咗咋。OK， 佢係俾告㗎，佢嗰陣時做緊副主席洛杉磯共和黨副主席 ，OK， 跟住哇，嗰陣時個細路佢個細路又啱出世，跟住咧又要飛去DC 咁，佢嗰陣時都有籌錢咯，咁我又窮咯，啲窮光蛋㗎嘛，有時啲人籌錢我都幫唔到幾多，不過佢真係好，我識佢嗰陣時佢未結婚嘅，跟住咧所以我都識咗好耐啊。你識佢嗰陣時都未結婚，因為後尾又結埋婚，後邊生埋仔添，而家跟住搬走咗啦。好人，好虔誠嘅基督徒，好虔誠啊！即係佢以前咧都係即係荷里活生活，即係荷里活嗰種生活啦咁樣咯。咁後尾認識咗基督教，雖然唔係全部美國人咧都係信基督教喺呢度出世嘅，咁但係都唔係全部人都信基督教。咁佢出世，跟住冇去，後尾去完荷里活做完嘢，跟住有一日唔知點樣細節咧唔講啦。總之佢就信咗耶穌咁樣咯。信咗耶穌之後好虔誠，佢差唔多樣嘢都係根據聖經咁，所以佢出嚟參與政治咯。因為佢覺得基督徒係一定要參與政治嘅。咁呢個其中一位啦。其實有好多個㗎，我哋識好多個。都係基督徒嚟嘅，好多個都係好虔誠嘅基督徒嚟嘅，都有參與政治遊行抗爭簽名活動呢啲。我哋美國其實咧係好正常嘅參與政治係一個正常嘅事。陣間我會講下啦，政治同宗教啦。咁再講翻下再解釋下套戲咯，因為咧可能大家都唔知啦，係整呢個圖，我諗左諗右諗本來咧我已經寫晒 description， 佢突然之間個電腦虧，一下子就整走咗。開頭咧就係 The Five 啦，就係嗰個 Fox 嗰度咧就佢哋個 The Five 係一個節目啦 ，The Five。跟住咧佢哋就講關於嗰個係2005月份嘅2020年嘅阿 Trump 咧就 pardon 咗Michael Flynn。嗰個費林將軍弗林將軍呢度有寫弗林將軍，咁特赦咗佢咯咁之後咧又 Ted Cruz 啦，個 Ted Cruz 解釋就其實 Ted Cruz 講嗰啲咧其實都係Chelsea Gilbert 講嗰啲嘢嚟嘅。咁但係咧佢就多咗去，因為佢係議員啊嘛。其實 Chelsea Gabard 都做過議員嘅。佢係參議員啊嘛。Ted Cruz 不但止係參議員啦，佢係一個叫做 constitutional lawyer 憲法律師啊，所以佢好熟我哋嘅美國嘅憲法嘅，所以佢就倒轉都識背㗎啦。咁佢憲法律師啦，跟住做咗議員啦。咁下邊亦都有人插佢嘅。其實嗰陣時咧，佢同阿 Trump 咧亦都爭過做總統嘅。一同阿 Trump 爭做一啲嘢都好啦，阿 Trump 就會起降嘅，所以嗰陣時咧都好激烈嘅。所以2016年嗰個選舉講緊2016年嗰陣時都好激烈。咁我咧就係撐 Ted Cruz 嘅，我就冇撐 Trump 嘅all the way back 係嘛2016年嗰陣時咯。咁後尾阿 Trump 贏咗，跟住阿 Trump 啲政績事實真係做得好，跟住啲人仲要搞佢，咁我2018年咧就開始就叫做 Hong Kong for Trump 啦 ，OK？ 咁2019年跟住武漢肺炎啦，跟住2020年就輸咗啦。咁所以咧我又識 Proud Boys 個 chairman 嘅因為我哋呢啲人出嚟咧就幾礙眼嘅，因為冇乜壞人走嚟嘅嘛。究竟嚟搞咩啊？係咪滲透啊嗰啲咧？好多會有呢個諗法噶嘛？你呢個係咪共產黨嗰啲滲透嚟㗎？入嚟嗰啲組織啊嗰啲咁嘢咯。咁佢哋呢啲好 open 啊，即係佢知道我過去，咁可能佢哋都有做過 research 啦，即係起過我底嘅都唔出奇㗎啦咁可能起過我底，所以佢就知道呢條友係真係美國人嚟嘅，真係支持阿 Trump 咁樣咯。咁亦都變咗我而家都係加州共和黨委員啦咁樣。咁都唔係成日去開會啊！我真係覺得開會嘅嘢真係好煩好怕開會。但係即係幾個月亦都要去一次啦。September 喺下個月啦，下個月要去開會啦，開啲大會啊！加州共和黨大會好貴啊，又冇錢喎，又要參加呢啲會喎所以唔知啊。總之咧，啲政治真係好鬼煩咯。咁我本來咧，我會放翻啲 link， 佢啲影片咧就會放翻喺 description 度嘅。希望大家咧可以去睇佢啲片、啲影啊、啲電影啊、小電影。佢啲唔係小電影，佢啲嗰啲叫做 documentary 啊。documentary 中文叫咩啊？紀錄片電影但係有啲嘢係全部即係政治咯。佢都係佢原來列根嗰時喺跟住列根入邊啲人喺度係嗰度啲僆嚟嘅，係做嗰度啲僆咁開始啦，開始講廣東話咧就少啲人嘅。英文就多啲人，咁樣我都唔知好難啊！我需要啲廣東話嘅人嚟聽咧，咁冇呢個習慣咯，因為呢個 format 係特登為手機而設，要好多人要習慣用手機睇，咁可能都係未係好習慣咯。咁好多謝大家嘅訂閱啦，就快到1000啦你留言，你入嚟留言，咁咧。YouTube 咧撳 like 撳留言，撳 like 掃到出嚟咁樣，點一點個 screen 就得㗎啦。咁樣大家就可以麻煩停咗啲，即係唔係撳停嗰個位啦。可能撳太多，應該係 ban 咗。咁多謝大家。咁咧就因為呢個題目我以前都諗過嘅，我都有講過㗎。咁今日咧就特別啲啦，因為呢個成個奧巴馬基又跟住 Michael， 我識好多嗰啲都係好虔誠基督徒嚟㗎嘛。其實General Michael Flynn 弗林將軍咧都係一個好虔誠嘅基督徒嚟㗎所以咧，而家左邊咧就喺度標籤緊我哋呢一班人，就話我哋係嗰啲nationalism Christian nationalism， 我都唔知中文點譯 基督教國際主義者啊，係嘛？國家主義啊，即係嗰啲。但係我哋就根本就唔係咯。咁個宗教同政治，我哋雖然話separation of a church and state 啦咁樣，但係我哋亦都想我哋跟翻憲法啊嘛 ，in God we trust 啦呢啲。因為點解咧？我上次都有條片有講過嘅，係Johnson 講噶嘛嚇。我哋就係 in God we trust 嘅，因為我哋嗰陣時就係要對抗共產黨啊嘛。嗰陣時俄共啊嘛，而家係對抗中共啦。因為對抗俄共嗰陣時咧，我哋就即係好明顯一樣嘢就係共產黨係無神論噶嘛，我哋就一定要更加即係我哋將我哋個政治理念就完全分割啊！如果你話共產黨但係你信耶穌咧，你真係講大話嚇，因為你冇可能又係共產黨又係信耶穌，你係侍奉緊兩個主啊！你又係侍奉緊共產黨，你又信耶穌，唔 make sense 嘅呢樣嘢係唔存在嘅。所以有時中國入邊啲三自教會，我都唔會信得過佢哋係真係教會。佢哋啲牧師啊、傳道人啊，佢啲都冇人夠膽講真正嘅福音係乜嘢啊！佢哋只係想利用基督教嚟使到啲人唔好搗亂，唔好搞事啊！因為羅馬書咁樣講㗎，係嘛？你要聽啲大粒嘅講啊！呢班人係神派落嚟嘅，管理你哋嘅，你哋要聽佢哋話啊！呢啲就係嗰個佢哋用嗰個嘅手段，用基督教，用我哋嘅宗教嚟控制人民啊！呢啲其實都常有啦，以前羅馬政府都係咁樣啦，係咪？羅馬政府都有啦，個政府咧獨裁啦，嗰啲政府尤其是都會用呢啲咁嘅手段嘅。天主教都係一樣啫嘛，借助天主教一個政府借助天主教嚟控制成班人，控制幾犀利嗰陣時全球啊，所以全球天主教徒幾多人就係用呢種去搞政治，就利用宗教所以咧我就要出呢個題目出嚟啦，因為太多人唔識太多人唔知道呢個概念，唔識分開嘅話咧，就對政治方面嘅政策同你平時信仰嗰方面，你會兩邊倒轉咗咧，就變成大災難。即係我以前都有講㗎，宗教同政治，或者呢個流寫得，我或者呢個試下講好啲啊。等我一陣啊。 稍等，唔見咗。唔見咗我嗰個版面啊！出翻嚟啦，終於 OK。可能開得太多，唔俾我。咁咧就講啦，我就開始諗呢個宗教同政治嗰個係一個不嬲，我都有講開㗎啦，就係一個硬幣嘅兩面嚟嘅。宗教同政治有少少即係同一嚿嘢，但係兩面。但係如果你將佢倒轉咧，混淆咗咧，你就會真係會造成好多嘅問題出現。對社會我講緊，對自己都可能會有啦。因為咧宗教即係我講緊基督教，因為我自己唔熟其他宗教，所以我都係只能夠可以用基督教嚟講。譬如我就唔會用第二啲宗教，因為我唔熟啊嘛，我唔熟人哋啲宗教就唔好亂噏啦。咁我熟嘅基督教，咁所以咧我話覺得上帝所關心嘅嘢咧就係人嘅內心 ，OK？ 但係政治所關心嘅嘢咧就係人嘅行為，呢個就係最大嘅分別啦。咁如果當你嗰個反轉咗啊，反轉咗去理解，跟住就話上帝所關心嘅係行為，政治所關心嘅係人心。咁樣嘅話咧，會出現一個乜嘢問題咧？咁當然啦，呢個問題非常嚴重，要我寫咧就有排寫。呢個其實真係可以係一個 PhD paper 嚟㗎。唔係我講噶，係張文嚟講噶，俾大家睇。佢都話呢一句連識我讀都未識讀啦，係嘛？優雅嘅格言，佢係人類與價值責任內外領域之概劃出來嘅一條強而有力嘅界線啊！俾我哋咧可以分析下，咁樣睇好啲，左邊啲錯啲小企業 ，OK， 好啦。主要都係就可以睇到個 mouse， 坐翻低少少 ，OK。呢個咧就係 Grok 使到即係幫助我哋可以盡快做到一啲題目出嚟咯，叫做內容咯。咁入邊你可以贊成，可以反對嘅。如果你覺得唔啱喎，張文嚟講得唔啱喎，咁你其實都可以留言㗎。因為你留言嘅話咧，就可以俾大家。我而家啲留言全部記錄晒噶嘛，俾大家去思考啫嘛，冇所謂。言論自由啊嘛，最緊要。咁我呢個諗法即係唔可以倒轉啦。咁因為宗教咧就係上帝關心你係乜水啊嘛，你係邊個啊嘛，你個人指向內在自我良知信仰即係嗰個價值 喺晒入邊嘅啦嘛。神嘅審判咧唔僅僅喺行為清單嗰度審判嘅，更是有一個人嘅心靈、意圖、根本嘅品格去評估。呢個亦都可以，因為有時有啲行為咧如果有睇過法外情咧嗰陣時而家啲人啲名都唔記得咗，劉德華同邊個咧做嗰個法內情咁樣嗰啲咧，咁好多時有啲行為咧係必須要即係講大話喎，佢要喺法庭入邊講大話喎，咁呢個行為佢因為為咗更大嘅good 啊嘛greater good 啊嘛，咁即係咁樣啦，即係類似呢類型嘅嘢啦，所以我哋唔可以用，所以耶穌亦都同我哋講啊，不要論斷啊，咁樣點解？因為我哋根本就好多嘢我哋睇唔到啊，好多嘢我哋唔知嘅，我哋估下，假設性好多嘢所以咧耶穌叫我哋唔好論斷咯，咁唔論斷，因為神先有資格，神先睇到人哋個心啊嘛，神所以咧只向內在自我良知呢度讀咗啦恩典、懺悔、寬恕等概念之所以至關重要，正是因為一個人可以儘管過去嘅行為做過嘅事啦唔好，有兩種噶嘛，我都成日講噶啦有一個叫做做壞事，一個叫做做錯事。做錯事係無心之失啦，就係做壞事就唔係噶嘛，做壞事有計劃喺度，所以我話而家啲民主黨佢根本係做壞事咯。咁有一班人咧，你雖然話登記咗做民主黨嘅，不過你咧即係做錯事，因為你冇去喺知識、喺經驗、喺邏輯去分析嗰啲事情，跟住你就斷定阿侵係錯嘅，阿侵係壞人，你覺得何錦麗係好人咁樣咯？即係做錯事同做壞事係有分別嘅。咁呢啲嘢，呢個政治上嘅嘢啦，所以係睇行為啦，所以最後投票，但係神個心係睇你點咯。咁我哋嘅責任就係話俾人知咯仍能得到救贖並賦予價值，重點在於存在嘅態度和內在轉變嘅潛力。政治啦，咁人嘅關心嘅係什麼咧？只係建立咗法治基礎上嘅功能性世俗社會嘅基石呢個政治就係，但係政治嘅字嘅解釋就係人的管理啊嘛 ，politics 個字根啊。所以全部都係關於人，不過關於人嘅行為，就唔係關於人嘅心。呢個政治本意咁呢啲要搞清楚咯。如果倒轉咗又麻煩㗎啦。政治就係人嘅即政治，我呢度寫翻人關心其實政治關心你乜嘢咯佢呢個都寫得麻麻地，所以唔可以唔可以跟足嘅。如果你真係做 PhD paper 咧，呢個 topic 係可以做嘅，不過你又唔好跟足啲 AI 做咯，你要自己寫咯。咁好多人讀到差唔多 PhD level 嗰啲人都唔需都應該唔使㗎啦，都係會我哋政治就會根據行為嚟做判斷咯。佢哋係咪觸犯咗法律啊？佢哋制定咗啲咩政策啊？佢哋嘅成就同埋失敗嗰啲全部外表嘢嚟嘅佢哋係點樣投票法呢啲咯。咁呢個呢啲係咪關注咧？確保咧問責制啦。OK， 理論上咧叫做績效主義和客觀標準啦。我哋根據一位領導人有效嘅治理能力嚟判斷佢噶嘛而唔係佢宣講嘅真誠虔誠宣講虔誠咪奧巴馬咯，講到天花龍鳳但係背後做埋晒啲污糟邋遢嘢咯。阿 Trump 就講嘢咧就一輪嘴其實佢都唔係一輪嘴，佢只係用啲字咧係俾大部分人明，即係 general public 啊，我哋都能夠其實可以掌握到佢講，佢唔會政治正確啦，太過講唔會玩政治正確啦，應該咁講啊。呢個災難性逆轉即係佢呢個咁樣幫我譯咯，其實就係兩邊倒轉咗，就咁解啫本來關心個人嘅，你上帝即係宗教關心人本質，政治關心人嘅行為咁樣啦，咁你倒轉咗咁咧就會有啲乜嘢傷害咧？現在咧嚟我哋睇下咧，探討乜嘢顛倒呢個區別咧，會有咩災難性嘅後果啊 ？OK， 如果上帝淨係關心你做咗啲乜嘢 ，OK， 呢啲創造出一種純粹功利主義啊！如果淨係睇你做咗啲乜嘢，先至覺得你係又上唔上到天堂之類啦，個功利主義，基於行為嘅神學啦。而家好多教會都會有呢類型嘅神學觀㗎，因為要人哋信耶穌啊嘛。信耶穌唔緊要嘅，你信完耶穌，你唔係要人哋，即係佢哋表達嗰種咧，就係你要做乜，規條式嘅啲天主教傳承落嚟㗎嘛。你唔規條式，你點攞贖罪券啲人點屈水咁樣咯。咁樣冇恩典同埋寬恕嘅，每一次咧嘅罪惡錯誤咧都會喺天國嘅帳簿上邊咧留低咗嘅呢個就唔啱咯如果因為神耶穌已經上咗十字架咁佢上十字架唔係淨係我哋原罪啊嘛，我哋以後嘅罪，一切嘅罪嘅 ，OK， 一切嘅罪，一切嘅錯就算壞事連耶穌上帝佢都會，你話啦嗰啲可以根本係能夠可以改過自身，但係如果係政治化嘅話咧就好難。精神暴政變咗精神暴政咧，就會導致令人窒息、焦慮、疑神疑鬼，個人不斷試圖累積足夠嘅善行呢個可能第啲教啦基督教唔 suppose 咁噶，積陰德呢啲咁嘅嘢咧，冇呢啲咁嘅嘢噶。基督教就係信耶穌信耶穌。我今日不斷 loop 嗰條片就係想話俾人知基督教嘅錯誤引導，就將其實係因為咧好多人咧未信耶穌之前咧信咗第二啲教噶嘛，信咗第二啲教之後咧，咁佢入到嚟信耶穌咧，就連埋嗰啲都帶埋入嚟去理解本聖經。所以我一路咧有幾集我都喺度講緊呢啲類似呢啲咁嘅嘢，咁就係要啲人咧唔好再用自己個角度去睇聖經，要用翻聖經嘅角度去睇聖經啊嘛。彼得一個農漁夫佢嘅生活，咁耶穌同佢講嘅嘢就係基於佢嘅生活，佢嘅環境，當年嗰陣時嘅人嘅環境，同埋耶穌嘅基於佢嗰陣時嘅心態咁樣啊嘛嚟講啲教訓係嘛？我遲啲都會講十誡㗎遲啲我都會講十誡，但係我需要啲人嚟支持咯。啲人咧啲教會係咁㗎，啲基督徒咧個個咧都係自我非凡，所以我都唔係好中意去都唔係好中意返教會咁。不過我覺得呢個教會個牧師師母好人啫嘛，我先去撐佢啫嘛。如果唔係我真係識乜佢啦，係咪先？我啲獨行俠嚟嘅，我又唔係靠佢揾食嘅，最緊要揾食㗎嘛。但係我真係見到呢個牧師師母咁好人，咁咪識住去撐佢個個禮拜二團契，禮拜日崇拜咁樣啦。但係好多教會都係有嗰種即係教錯嘢。我哋牧師師母都係教錯嘢嘅。不過佢做嘅嘢，佢個心係對好多人係好嘅。尤其是我最關心咧就係對啲香港手足嘅啫。呢啲大陸嗰班，哎呀，即係與我無關啊！佢都係有一班被打壓嘅，不過等第二啲人做啦，因為我哋得兩隻手，又唔係好有錢嗰啲人 我即係關心翻我自己香港人就算，我就唔會反對人哋去關心啲大陸嗰啲嘢咁樣。即係有時啲二元化思想啊，好多人都有㗎。哇嚇！美港天下，你淨係關心美國同香港啊？咁我廣州嚟嘅點算啊？咁樣你廣州嚟咪廣州嚟咯，你中意 join 咪 join 咯，啲自由㗎嘛。你中意 join 我咪 join 我咯，你唔中意 join 咪唔好 join 咯。好簡單嘅啫嘛。咁我個主要我唔知又加多一個字美港廣州個港又要香港個港天下咁樣係咪？鬼水蛇春咁長啦係咁，因為深圳係嘛？因為深圳嘈下，哇有冇搞錯啊？係嘛？你四川又唔幫係咪？幫又加埋落去咩？冇啲啊嘛。我主力都係美國同香港最關心。不過啲人話我你唔關心台灣咁我唔識啊嘛，唔識嘅嘢咪唔好做咯。最緊要呢樣嘢偽善成為美德㗎，個個咧用行為嚟扮嘢啊嘛，個個用行為啦嘛。嗰班咪叫做法利賽人民士咯，啲宗教領袖係最中意做啲咁嘅嘢喎。做宗教領袖咧好多時就焗住啦嘛，我哋心地唔好，但係我哋啲見得世面多嘅人咧，我哋一觀察觀人於微啊，我哋識一觀人於微，我就唔會睇你啲大表現，我睇你啲小動作嘅。所有領袖，所有我中意唔中意都好咧，我都係因為佢啲小動作而中意，或者啲小動作而唔中意。我唔係因為大動作嘅。觀人於微呢樣嘢，咁咧，所以佢哋啲行為嘅啲行為對我嚟講，好多宗教領袖嗰啲行為對我嚟講係 I don't care, I don't give a shit, OK？ 從本質上講咧，存在精神緯度、愛、信仰、內心平靜嘅領域，將被一個冷酷無情、不寬恕嘅官僚體制所取代。法外情，法外情就講咗宗教同政治嗰啲嘢啦。OK， 如果啲人咧淨係關心你個心咧呢個係直接啦，歷史上常被證明嘅災難啦。當一個政治體係呢個就係講緊政治用宗教方式政治就歸政治，宗教就歸宗教。政治咧就係睇人嘅行為，宗教咧就係人睇人個心，就唔好撈亂根據人嘅內身份而唔係佢嘅行為嚟判斷嗰陣時佢就成為人類嚴重嘅暴行根源啦。法治嘅終結啦，如果你就係睇人個心。你準備做乜？我估你想做乜嗰啲咧我哋而家有個好出名嘅政府就係中意做埋啲咁嘅嘢啦我估你做乜？你着件黑色衫，我估你準備做乜你揸住把遮，我估你準備做乜哎呀，真係寫隻字，我估你準備做乜？白色紙白字都要估你準備做乜顛覆國家你揸住張白紙，你都顛覆國家，你真係呢個真係。危害國家，你睇住張白色紙危害國家安全你真係嘛人唔笑狗都吠唉！法治嘅終結淨係睇個心正義將不再是盲目的法律嘅應用會因一個人嘅血統、部落、種族、階級或所宣稱嘅意識形態而異。你嘅權利將不取決於你嘅公民身份和行為而是取決於你是否屬於正確的群體哇呢個真係要記錄低啦，呢個寫大標題啦，法治嘅終結就係 原因係乜嘢啊？點解有個法治嘅終結就係宗教同政治撈亂咗啊嘛？跟住下邊啊又精彩啊！暴政和部落主義嘅興起啊！呢個咧就係貴族制度啊、理性制度、民族國家嘅邏輯，你是否值得，取決於你嘅出身啊！你極權主義啊，呢個亦都係極權主義啊，思想警察嘅邏輯啊，police state 嘅邏輯就係咁樣嚟嘅。原來有埋如歐偉爾嘅1984年寫嘅一本書《思想警察》啊，呢本真係下次有機會睇完之後咧，就同大家介紹可以你嘅內在忠誠，你係邊個？比你嘅外在信服，你做過乜嘢更重要啊！你所以你要表態啊！你要用啲行為嚟話俾人知你嘅忠誠啊！你有咩行為嚟話俾人知你嘅忠誠啊？夾硬嚟咯嘛，變咗你啲行為為咗，如果佢係淨係睇你行為咪算咯，佢唔係啊嘛，佢要睇埋你個心啊嘛，而家呢個香港呢個新嘅一個又係呢啲咁嘅嚟啊，就係將政治同宗教其實唔係一定講基督教嘅，一個信仰心理學都得㗎，可以係咪先？如果係咁樣睇有個心理學同政治撈亂咗。Thank you, Scott. Mega, yes, Mega. 公職問責嘅崩潰啊！領導人嘅選擇唔係基於佢嘅能力或過往記錄，而係基於佢哋嘅血統和群體歸屬。哇！呢啲你係咪共產黨員啊？咁你唔係共產黨員咧，你就低一級噶啦。你係咪政協啊？又低一級噶啦。將沒有基礎來研究他們的責任，因為他們的地位是他們固有嘅身份，而其表現來證成。我都好多難讀佢啲中文翻譯歷史上充斥住呢啲嘅例子啦，從君權神授啊，OK， 君權神授呢個我琴日有講噶啦。有邊個皇帝咁都會話自己係君子亦自己係天子噶啦，係咪先？君子就唔係啦，個個都話自己係天子啊！而21世紀種族意識形態，呢個原來君權神授總結啦，多謝 ，Thank you for subscribing， 仲有45日到1000啦。45 more 就到1000，可能要做多2日多謝啦，做多2日呢類嘅，咁我會繼續努力噶。你嘅陳述出色啊，即係話我即係我諗到呢個概念出嚟啊，就話我都俾 AI 讚啊，係嘛？你話有時我真係驕傲啲人成日話哇 Dennis 咁囂嘅，咁有時自己真係識醒啊嘛，但係我係醒喺個腦度，唔識點樣 organize， 即係整理好，將一樣嘢喺個腦度整理好放出嚟啊！呢個咧就係呢個分別啊！我用點樣嚟講咧？啲社會大學嗰啲人同讀大學嘅人一個最大嘅分別就係讀正式大學嗰啲人咧，就係識將啲嘢整理好出嚟，但係佢係冇嘢噶。社會大學嗰班人咧，就係識好多社會上嘅嘢。個社會大學識好多社會上嘅嘢，但係咧就唔識整理到出嚟所以毓民咁勁啦， 佢又係社會大學，佢又係正式大學，兩個人於一身，所以佢哋識好多嘢㗎。啲人成日喺度插佢喎，我都覺得真係拗晒頭啊！你學嘢都嚟未唔切啦，跟佢問佢學嘢，佢想教你啊！佢老嗰啲唔教㗎，我哋啲咁嘅年紀，我哋已經唔教㗎啦。你就嚟咁啊，瓜柴啦你係嘛？留翻俾啲後生，佢將啲時間懟俾啲後生30零嗰啲咧就提攜嗰班人㗎。佢以前都係咁㗎。我40零嗰陣時，佢咪提攜我咯。到50零我就識就我。咁一講鬱文啊，即刻unsubscribe啊！你條友所以有時啲嘢，唉，真係因人廢。所以話，即係因為我社會大學㗎嘛，我社會大學畢業㗎嘛，我社會大學 PhD 啦已經跟住所以咪好多嘢喺個腦度，但係點樣都唔識點樣整理到出嚟嘅，好難整理到出嚟。我有時我會問温博士嘅咁睇佢點樣教我，點樣去一啲概念咧，呢啲概念整理好出嚟俾人哋睇到，俾人明呢個我唔識㗎。咁但係學緊咯。咁亦都好彩有 AI，所以啲科技都要靠啲科技幫手嘅。靠科技咧就唔係問題嚟嘅。水能載舟，亦能覆舟。如果你用得啱時咧，都係一個好嘅工具。如果你用得唔啱時咧，咁幾時都係一個壞嘅工具咯。咁我哋亦都好多謝大家今日嘅收睇啦。千祈要記住，唔好咧。宗教政治化，政治宗教化 ，OK？ 多謝咁多位嘅留言點讚，我哋下次得開翻我個咁靚嘅圖，冇理由咁靚嘅圖冇理由話由佢唔見咗啊嘛！多謝大家留言點讚同訂閱，我哋下次再見，希望聽日又整理一輯好睇嘅節目啦。而家多數都係講緊奧巴馬 gate， 都係揾啲資料講關於奧巴馬 gate 㗎啦。OK， 多謝大家收睇，下次再見，拜拜。唔係，我聽日星期日喎，聽日新地正路唔做㗎啦。OK，今日星期一見啦。